You are live. Good evening, everyone. My name is Darren Silvers, owner-operator of HentaiCake.com, your place for adult nerd entertainment and culture. Uh, it is Tuesday. It's Tuesday.
It's something.
It's something.
A day off and being late last week has really screwed up my schedule. I don't know what day it is anymore.
Oh, that's right. You got off for Columbus Day because you actually care about that day. While the rest of us have had zero impact in our day-to-day life regarding Christopher Columbus.
Excuse me, it's Columbus Day and Indigenous Peoples Day.
I don't give a fuck what the hell day it is. The day has not impacted me physically for 20 fucking years. Like, that's my to all you edgy 20-somethings and 30-somethings who are like, Indigenous People Day, blah, 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 etc. Columbus bad, yada, yada, yada. Let me explain this to you. Columbus Day has had zero impact on your life for a long time. You're old now. Get over it. You're not edgy, and you're not cool.
I too used to wear my edgy Christopher Columbus wanted for genocide t-shirt.
See, I used to say Indians till like my 20s. I didn't give a fuck.
Well, I'm a fan of a team called the Indians. You formerly called the Indians. I still call them the Indians. I still call them the Indians.
Is Chief Wahoo gone?
I put Wahoo patches on all my Indians gear, so not in our hearts.
Chief Wahoo's gone, really? Oh, upsetting.
He's been gone for like 5 years. Oh shit! I just spilled my Diet Coke all over the place.
I thought the government was coming for you for saying Chief Wahoo. Not gonna lie, I'm like, and there's the FBI. We've been swatted 2 minutes in.
Oh Lord.
Do you need a moment?
I have to. Can you do stuff for like 10 minutes? Or 3 minutes?
Sure. I'll pull up an article we weren't going to talk about.
Okay. I'll be back. I'm sorry, guys.
It's all good. Let's see here. I gotta find something to talk about. Okay, so Phoenix Wright Ace Attorney trilogy will be on sale because of the 20th anniversary. Capcom has announced sale for Phoenix Wright Ace Attorney trilogy. The series launched back in 2001, focused on the then fledgling defense attorney Phoenix Wright. Players are tasked with investigating crime scenes, watching blah blah blah, etc. So if you haven't played the Phoenix Wright game, do it if you really hate yourself. I personally like the series, but it is still a slog to play through. I enjoy the game. I really, really, really do. But it has no replay value at all. So that's obnoxious. Anyway, the sale will be global, and while Japan sees discounts on the entire mainline series, Western Steam, Nintendo, and PlayStation stores will see discounts on the Phoenix Wright Ace Attorney trilogy ranging from 33 to 34%. It ends on the 18th on Steam, on the 21st on PlayStation 4, and Switch has not decided when they're going to end their sale. It does not take place in the Microsoft Store. So Xbox owners, Microsoft Store owners, you won't be able to grab what you want there. A Phoenix Wright Ace Attorney trilogy is available on Windows PC, PlayStation 4, Switch, and Xbox One. Really? I did not know it was on Xbox One. The latest game in the series is The Great Ace Attorney Chronicles. Great Ace Attorney Chronicles and Great Ace Attorney Chronicles 2 Resolve. They were launched in Japan originally only on Nintendo 3DS, and only in Japan it showed the adventures of Phoenix Wright's ancestor, Ryunosuke Naruhodo, or Naru Hobo, I like to call them. The game is set in the Meiji area of Japan. Western world first began to influence the nation, so it was that weird position where samurai were starting to be outlawed, and Japan was trying to deal with Western influence. While it's not part of the sale, Gamers Gate is currently selling the game for 16% off. What the hell is Gamers Gate? Not Gamergate. Gamers Gate. Wait, I guess it's a company.
Sounds stupid.
Whatever. So that's the Great Ace Attorney Chronicles.
I know
1 and 2.
I know it's also on sale on Steam.
Yeah, at first 15%, but the trilogy is on sale for 33 to 34% on everything except for Microsoft.
Cool.
So that's what's going on right now regarding game news. You all good to go?
Yeah. Let me pull up game news. Other game news.
Are we gonna start with? I thought we were gonna start with other stuff.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, that's.
I got the article up. If you want to, I'm sharing my screen. If you want to pull it up,
works for me. Man.
So Superman's gay.
Superman's always been gay. The difference now is he sucks dick.
So now Superman is the son of Clark Kent, and for whatever reason he's gay because representation.
I don't like. I mean, okay, yay, they're finally passing on the mantle. It's been
a century.
It's 15 years too late. What do
you mean 15 years too late?
It would have made more sense when they had the Superboy and Robin comics, and it was really nice comic stuff, and it kind of flowed into the adult comics, but it was a very good comic book for young kids. And that was like 5-6 years ago when that came out. But they really should have done this 15 years ago.
But when has DC or Marvel done anything competent in the past 10 years? Besides Marvel making movies.
DC makes lots of really good animated movies.
Besides DC making animated movies and Marvel making good live action movies, when have those two companies done anything competent in their main business, which is comics?
DC stopped using Diamond, made their own distribution network. I mean,
they were forced into that because Diamond stopped doing what Diamond does,
which is distribute comics. But
Diamond just said, we're not distributing comics anymore, and Marvel or DC both said, fuck.
But that's one thing in the last 15 years. So, one.
Other than Diamond.
Nothing.
Exactly.
I actually had to dig deep for that. I'm like, like you watched me like dig deep. I'm like, there's fuck.
Is Diamond even still in business?
They are. They still have, because they still have a stranglehold on most of the local comic shop. So
I'm trying to think. I know DC does their own distribution now. I know
Marvel does too, but Diamond still distributes both of those. It's just not an exclusive deal now.
And then
Dynamite.
I'm trying to think of who else has their own distribution. No. I know it's
Penguin Books does, but Penguin Books is I forget who the publisher is that uses them.
And then Arterna has their own.
Yeah.
And that's it.
Yep. That would be all.
I like Arterna's books, but they're small, so I'm not sure they count.
They're a small company, but they make decent work, so I'm not too worried about them.
Extremely good stuff. So.
Yeah. Yeah. So this has no impact on me as a comic book fan, and has no impact on most comic book fans I know of. Besides the fact we kind of went, I don't really care. It made Superman trend for a day, which I guess is good for DC. When One Piece trended last week on Twitter, on comic book Twitter, it was about the story and about Sanjay's fight and Nico Robin's fight in the storyline. When Superman, trended, it's because, oh look, he's gay now. Okay, I don't.
Okay, what about the story?
What about the story? Does anyone know? Nothing. Okay, cool. You're trending for the wrong reasons. is the story good? Is the story compelling? Is it impacting your
Yeah.
audience? And whether positive or negatively, are you impacting your audience with your storytelling, or are you getting some quick hits off of shock value?
Pretty much.
Have you learned nothing from the mainstream news, or have you learned everything from them? That's really the question.
Yeah.
There.
Speaking of, the mainstream news has picked it up because we're showing a New York Times article.
Yeah. What's funny about this is I know a few people who work different things, and I mean I know a lot of the comic book community because I'm banned by most of them now.
Wonder how that happened.
I chose the wrong side in the great comic book wars. I chose the side of the customer. Apparently, huge mistake. Apparently,
Well,
I was also right about everything 5-6 years ago and called it out before it happened. So
yeah, I was like, you lost, but did you really lose?
Did I lose? Not really. Not really. I was also kind of done with the community at that point in time. It was me just going, I'm doing really good work, but none of you want to hire me. You all want me to come with you to these things though and decide who you should hire though. Because you trust my ability to find talent and properly dissect things, but you won't hire me, so fuck you. That's an issue of I would like my own. No, okay. Well, how about no? How about no? No. Can you come with us to go and look at other people's stuff and decide who we should hire? What? No.
That sounds like they need an editor. That person needs to be you, but they're lost.
I would have taken an editor position. I didn't need to be an artist or a writer, but here we are. And so apparently a person I know works somewhere, and they're like, "Oh, we're getting tons of death threats over DC Superman thing." I'm like, "You're not a comic book shop, and you're not part of DC, so I don't know where you're getting this from." Okay, well, I work for this thing, and like we get we handle the complaints that DC gets, so we're getting all these threats. I mean, DC's getting all these threats, and you're just accumulating them. That's fine too.
You're just the mailman. But
you're not even the mailman. You don't work in that department. Okay, I work in the as like in finances, so I deal with payroll. So you don't actually see any of these.
So things. You're the accountant for the mailman.
And like, so you can't really tell me how often this is happening. Okay, that was weird. My thing just flickered. You can't really tell me how often this is happening. One, and it's not even really impacting you in your day-to-day life. And they're like, you don't understand these terrible, awful people who are threatening people because they're gay. I'm like, yeah, Muslims are mean. I remember Charlie Harbo?
Hebdo. J. Sweet Charlie.
Charlie Hebdo, right.
What was hilarious is you had that shooting, like that attack, right? And everyone was like, J. Sweet Charlie. Then they reran it like 5 years later, and everyone's like, wow, this is really offensive. This is really offensive. They deserved everything that was coming to them. It was just like, whoa, dude, what the fuck?
Yeah, that shows you the change in people's perception in 5 years.
So, more comic news?
Yeah, more comic news.
This made me like go, what the hell?
You didn't even know about this till I mentioned it.
Yeah, you showed this to me, and I was like, "What the hell?" It started this has to be fake.
Nope,
but it's not. But it's got to be fake.
Nope,
real life is not this funny.
Oh Lord, no! This is this funny. So the Star Wars Adventures Tales of Villainy series. This is issue 9. This also trended on Twitter. Also, not for the right reasons.
Not for the right reasons. So we looked. I forget the artist for this because we looked it up, but
it's two different artists. 1 second. I'm banned by one. I'm banned by one of them.
Block.
The art is provided by Michael Avon Oming and Chris O'Halloran.
And they're trying to do it in the
Star Wars Clone
Clone
Wars
Wars,
series.
like the series from like not the 3D one, but the one that preceded it.
Yes. Unfortunately,
they did your boy Sam Jackson dirty.
oh Lord. So those of you who are listening to the podcast, Samuel L. Jackson in this artist depiction of Mace Windu, played by Samuel L. Jackson, looks like a chimpanzee.
They did
That is,
yeah, they this is very unfortunate, you could say.
I laughed. Like I saw that, I went, "No way! What?" I'm like, "What is?"
I thought this was parody. Like real life can't like. I thought this was like some Wright parody, and it's no. This was published by IDW.
I'm not gonna lie. I originally thought it was progressive fan art because like they were doing black anime characters for like a week, and I'm like, did they try blacking Luke Skywalker and it just went horribly wrong?
Oh my God.
I went, no.
Oh, no.
This is official artwork.
Oh Lord.
And this is why I don't. This is why you need an editor.
Number one, this is why you need an editor.
Number two, this is why you need to make sure you are properly ahead of schedule when you're doing comic books. So I'm pretty sure this probably became it's probably fine. Go.
Yeah, especially since IDW just got their license pulled.
Yeah.
It's like we need to get this out the door while we still can.
Nope. All right. Any comments on this?
Nothing you can say in 2021.
Nothing we can put on YouTube. Got you. Moving.
Yeah, it's just like this has like I thought this was a parody and it's not, and oh my God.
Yep.
Moving on. So a quarter crew proves that the leaked Andrew Garfield Spider-Man footage is real.
This is fun because we were told repeatedly that it's not real, and they're like nothing with Andrew Garfield's real. I'm like, oh, there's no Andrew Garfield. It'll just be my boy Tobey Maguire, who was the best Spider-Man. Terrible Peter Parker, best Spider-Man.
Actually, he wasn't sarcastic enough as Spider-Man, though.
I don't know, because he was quippy. He was still quippy.
Actually, yes.
Well, Andrew Garfield was a great Peter Parker and a terrible Spider-Man.
I thought initially some of his wisecracks were good, but then they fell off.
Yeah, it started off with, he's good, and then it got worse. I went, oh, he became too serious. While other Spider-Man, like Tobey started off too serious and got more quippy as he went. And like, okay, yeah, I can deal with this.
And then
moment. No.
Oh no, what's his face? New Spider-Man.
He whines too much.
I kind of get it. That's kind of okay because part of Spider-Man is like his
Whining?
life. What? No, part of his life, like his life sucks. He's like Spider-Man's great that he can he's mostly street level, but he can step up to Avenger world-ending stuff.
Yep.
But he's still going to school every day. He's an honor student. He's trying to keep his grades up, and he's moonlighting as a superhero, trying to catch robbers and street level crime. And he gets roped into saving the world with the Avengers and hanging out with the Fantastic Four and all of that. So,
Yep. Yeah. It's
like,
anyway.
we get, like, but maybe it's because I caught, when I started reading Spider-Man, I caught Spider-Man at a really I started reading Peter Parker Spider-Man when Peter was going through a very depressed stage in his life.
See.
And his life was circling the tubes.
I got Spider-Man in the early '90s, early to mid '90s, which was when Spider-Man had the clone thing and people were dying and blood was everywhere. People
Yeah,
were,
I caught him when he
people were having their faces pulled off.
I didn't get that.
Mean, literally.
What I got was sucking at his job as a science teacher and marital troubles with MJ.
See, I had Mary Jane.
Oh, and Oz was back because Norman Osborn was back because the movie just came out. They have to bring the Green Goblin back.
See, for me, Mary Jane was his rock, and that was kind of okay. Like everything's going to shit, but the love of a good woman will keep you from losing your mind. Like, oh, that sounds good. I like that. That kind of stuck with me for a while.
Meanwhile, when I was reading, he didn't have, like, his rock was kind of unstable.
All right. So confirm, or at least Andrew Garfield footage has been recorded for No Way Home. Whether or not it's going to be in the movie, I don't know.
I don't know.
But footage is real. It exists.
I'm sort of excited for No Way Home.
I'm always excited for a new Spider-Man movie because whether it's good or bad, I'll have something to talk about for a good month.
Also, like, if they're bringing back Toby, that's my childhood. Seeing those movies in theaters, including the terrible third one.
Yeah, number 3 was kind of awful.
My entire family went to go see that, and the rest of, like, the entire time walking out of the theater, we were just imitating the emo dance.
And at least the video game based off of that movie was decent. Not good, but decent.
Not good. All right.
It was better than the movie.
Yes.
All right, let's go. What's next?
Next is video game news.
Video game news.
Like a Dragon's getting a sequel.
Okay.
But Toshiro Nagoshi is leaving Sega.
Which is upsetting.
Yes. Because Yakuza is kind of his baby.
Yeah. Yeah, well. He's not taking Yakuza with him, is he?
He's not. He's leaving his position as the head of Yuga Gotoku Studio.
I mean, well,
and he is bringing Daisuke Sato.
Okay, that's good at least.
But the series producer Masayoshi Yokohama will succeed him as the new studio lead.
Oh, then we'll still get decent Yakuza content, including the not so serious side quests, which is really
that's what we want.
I like a really serious story and then like ridiculous stuff involving, help, I lost my lobster, my pet lobster. You have a pet what now?
Yes.
You're homeless. How do you have a pet anything?
I got a random like from a tweet from a year ago yesterday.
Mm-hmm.
And it brought back like one of the most hilarious in real life things I've seen. You know that bridge in Sotenbori in Yakuza 0 and 2 and 7?
Mm-hmm.
Someone, a weeb apparently in the real life version of that was taking pictures with his little Cyrano plushie, Cyrano from whatchamacallit, um, the bullet hell game, Toho,
Which one? Okay.
like taking pictures with his Toho plushie, right? Accidentally knocked it down into the river,
Uh-oh.
and was like, "No, I've lost it. Someone help me find it." And like 3 days later, someone found it in the river
Whoops.
and tracked him down and returned it.
That's nice, at least.
And I was just like, this is a Yakuza quest and one of those silly Yakuza side quests in real life.
Anyway.
It's like Kiryu or boy Ichiban or I am blanking on names today. But one of those some guy in his suit who looks dangerous tracked down that plushie.
Probably. So the good thing about Yakuza, like a Dragon sequel coming, being confirmed, is at least the ongoing rumors that Yakuza was going to be Ichiban's thing from here on in is probably confirmed. So we'll be getting more content about him and his crew of people,
which is exciting.
And I'm hoping that they keep the
JRPG up.
JRPG turn-based game aspect.
I like the fight, like the beat 'em up, but I prefer JRPGs in general.
I do as well, and I'm not a fan of fighting beat 'em ups because it feels too much like I'm playing one of the bad Square Enix story games, which just have ruined me for any of the beat 'em up fighting games. Like, if it's not Dynasty Warriors, I don't care.
Dynasty Warriors Gundam ruined me on that entire genre.
See, Dynasty Warriors Gundam is what kept me in that genre.
like none of those games compare to like going into, I think it was Dynasty Warriors Gundam 2 and going into the random encounter mode, picking a team with
all the Char clones.
No.
See, that's what I did.
That's also hilarious, but Hiro Yui and Master Asia, I think his name is, and just see them just go back because you have because G Gundam is a shonen series, but Hiro Yui is the guy that Satsuki Saga is based off of, like super serious soldier. Just no, we should fight like this. No, we should fight like this. Where's your warrior spirit?
I prefer the two Char clones. Not even the two Chars, just Char. The two clones that are not Char, but they're Char.
You're copying me? No, all of you are copying me.
That's a real nice mask you got there. Thank you. I also enjoy my mask. Anyway.
Fun fact, when they added Bex to when they started to go more down a mecha route for Code Geass, they gave Lelouch a mask because, quote, it wouldn't be a Sunrise series without a villain in a mask.
All right. We don't have any things on dates yet. All we have is that
it's coming.
It's coming, and it's in production, and they probably have to deal with the new boss change-ups first before we get anything for Yakuza, but probably 2023, maybe late 2022.
I wonder if Kaison's going to do an exclusive stream.
We'll find out.
Or maybe Coco will get unretired.
Is Coco really retired?
The character is. The VTuber is now the VTuber, like the person behind the mask is still being a VTuber. She's Kaison.
Yep, moving on.
Before we go down that rabbit hole.
Yes, I don't need another rabbit hole. What's next? Oh, Grand Theft Auto. So I originally posted this in our shit posting thing because we're all very free speech. Don't mess with our content type of people in there.
Yep.
And I was like, did you guys see this Grand Theft Auto the trilogy definitive edition? You guys can get like 3 Vice and I think 4.
See, it is 3 Vice City and San Andreas.
Okay, so San Andreas. So 3.5. More or less. I like San Andreas a lot, but it had issues where it took too long. Like I was like, am I done yet? No. Am I done yet? No. Am I done yet? Come on, please. I just want to kill Smoke.
I played some of Vice City, but I never I had an Xbox growing up. I didn't have a PlayStation 2, so
I beat Vice City and 3, and I'm like, oh, that was really good. And then and then San Andreas came out. I'm like, I'm gonna play this, and then I couldn't finish it because I just kept getting bored.
well, I now have all three on and a PlayStation 2, so I should go back and play them. But
yeah. So if you have the digital copies of any of these games, they're going away. The stores will begin immediately removing them. So
to make you buy the definitive edition,
yes,
edition.
Yes, which is an ongoing issue. I'm not sure if this is.
Are they going to do like what they do with Skyrim, where you get the free upgrade to whatever the new version is?
You wish. No,
Rockstar. I've bought Skyrim a couple of times, but on different consoles. Once I buy it on a console, it's always the newest version, forever, whatever it is.
I want to say I only ever buy Skyrim once, but then I keep buying it for a new console, so I can't really say that. Like I'm like, okay, I bought Skyrim. Yep. Oh, look, Skyrim's out again. I bought it for. I mean, okay, I guess I can buy it again. I have a new console. Boop. Skyrim's out again. No, you didn't even change it. We added fishing. I'm not gonna buy it. It's on your Switch.
I seriously wonder how much of Bethesda's budget comes from people rebuying Skyrim.
More than we probably know.
It's like Rocky Horror Picture Show kept Paramount afloat for like a decade.
Yep. It's just an ongoing issue. Anyway, back on this overall pain in the ass. Like it was fun because the articles all came out for this, and then I noticed one part and I immediately had to like highlight it and screen grab it for you guys, which was like all the digital versions of this will be gone. I'm like, wait, what?
What?
Highlight, snip, send to chat. You guys see this bullshit? Like, oh, they're gonna resell the Grand Theft Auto games. I mean, that's good. No, this bullshit. Oh.
And then there's also what caught my eye was it remains to be seen if the same extensive soundtracks will be available in the remakes.
Which is upsetting.
I would just drive forever and just put on the Vice City sound, one of the stations from the Vice City soundtrack.
See,
not in game, in real life.
I really enjoyed the Talk series for 3 and Vice City. San Andreas not so much. San Andreas, I was just listening to lots of the video of the soundtracks for the game itself. But the talk show in Vice City and 3 were just great. Laszlo, hilarious.
Laszlo's hilarious. Also, what's his face on the Soft Rock channel?
I know who you're talking about. I can't remember the character's name.
Just him in Vice City and Vice City Stories is just hilarious.
Exactly. So the DJ really keeps you coming back. You're like, this is good stuff. So I think we're done with Grand Theft Auto. What else we got?
Castlevania Advanced Collection is announced.
Woo! So if you guys enjoy hating yourself, Castlevania is a great game.
I know someone who's a big Metrovania fan who's got to be hyped for this, especially with Metroid the Metroid Dread coming out.
Yeah, it's out already. It's out. People have been playing it and spoiling the game for everyone online.
Spoiling for it. Blah, blah. I cannot talk tonight.
Spoiling it for everyone. So.
Yeah.
This is good stuff. You're gonna get the old Castlevania games and a nice little combination game. If you bought the Mega Man X combination game, here's the next thing you need.
So what's coming? What's going to be in it is Circle of the Moon, Harmony of Dissonance, Aria of Sorrow, which I hear is excellent, and Dracula X.
Yeah, Harmony of Sorrow, if I remember correctly, was like the hardest one out of all those. Pretty sure. It's been a little while since I played a Castlevania game. I stopped playing when they started making 3D versions for like PS3, and I'm like, I'm done. I'm good. Don't you want to keep playing? No, I'm good. We're done. But it's been fun to watch people get really excited for this, and I'm like, you're only excited because you like the Netflix series, and good for you for liking the Netflix series. But this game is too hard for you. I'm like, sweetie, no, you're too young for this. You're used to tutorials. This is Castlevania.
You don't get that. Yeah, this is Castlevania.
This is
reason. There's a reason I don't play these games. There is video footage of me not getting past the first Goomba in Super Mario World, and that's the easy one.
Yeah, it is. But this is
not my genre.
No, this is not for you. This is not for most people. And Castlevania is the original Dark Souls. It's your 2D Dark Souls platformer. It will destroy you.
When you're great at it, it is amazing to watch. I could just watch someone like kick ass in Castlevania for hours, and I don't usually like Twitch streams of people playing video games.
I struggle with these games, and I manage to beat them, but it takes me months of playing the game. All right, what's next?
More classic video game news. Diablo II Resurrected caused people to stop server issues, caused people to stop playing the game.
Is that server issues?
Saying? Server issues with a 20-year-old game or a remake of a 20-year-old game.
Is that are you sure it isn't because they just don't care about the game anymore and everyone gave up on it?
It could be that.
I mean,
but they were having online check-ins where you can play solo offline play.
What the hell?
Yeah.
The only good part about Diablo games is you can play them by yourself at your own pace.
Or you can play with other people, or it's essentially the same game.
Yeah. All right, so server issues, quote unquote. Is this an ongoing trend? First it was Facebook, then it was Twitch, and now it's Diablo 2.
Well, it was also like I think when when they released the original Doom on Switch, it also had to keep checking online, which meant you couldn't play it like on the go.
Really?
They patched it, but
okay.
Because everyone's just like, this is effing ridiculous. What do you mean I can't play Doom? I can't play the Doom original levels.
I mean, whatever. All right, well that's something to learn, I guess. What's next?
More video game news. If we want to do this,
all right, let's go. Let's keep going.
If we want to do this article,
which article is it?
Mass report exploit bans new world.
No. Skip. I'm not implicating myself. Close it.
You mean you know what I'm talking about? What you did?
No, I did nothing. I did nothing wrong. Hunter Biden is a good boy.
Moving on to con news.
New York Comic Con reportedly kicks out vendor for not wearing a mask.
Yep.
So I'm local in the New York Comic Con area. I'm local in the New York Comic Con scene. I'm an ongoing persona non gratis currently in the New York Comic Con scene. Just from the sheer number of comic book pros who have blocked me. But New York Comic Con has been an ongoing downward spiral for years now. Years and years and years. It's gotten really bad in the last 3 or 4 years. And I used to really love going. It was always a good time. But the problem with New York Comic Con is it hit critical mass 5-6 years ago. And it kept growing. And it never left. So for those of you who are like, oh, New York Comic Con, it looked like there were plenty of people there. I don't think you understand. When you were a vendor at New York Comic Con, you had to plan out when you were going to use the bathroom because it would take you an hour to walk the 200 feet from your booth to the bathroom because there were so many people in the area
trying to use the bathroom.
not even use the bathroom. They were just there. They were just trying to move in one direction or another, or stopping at a table or something. There was just so many people in the aisles, in the hallways. And people were always surprised at how fast I could move around because I'd look at an area and I go, if I go this way, it's the long way around, but it'll take me less time. So that was an ongoing thing. But New York Comic Con kicked out not only this vendor, but a bunch of different cosplayers and things. So first, let's talk about New York City and its ongoing battle to see if I'm going to catch it on fire or not because of its sheer incompetence. The mask mandate thing, which is incredibly racist, by the way, and the vaccine mandate, which is also incredibly racist, by the way. I said it. Most minorities are not vaccinated. This is a good way to keep minorities out of the nicer parts of New York City.
No comment.
I have lots of comments on this. BLM is right.
Yes.
I'm gonna turn my fan on me because it's a little hot in here.
But yeah, it's like, oh, it's these white conservatives who don't want to wear masks. No, it's minorities.
Yep.
That don't want to get vaccinated
Because they don't trust white people.
If you go read history, he's like, oh, the Tuskegee experiment. Oh,
we don't forget. Yeah. Which is an ongoing issue. So when New York Comic Con has to go and follow the rules, and so a lot of people I know didn't go to New York Comic Con this year because they said they were worried about COVID, but then they were at ColossalCon East last month, which great time, highly suggested.
Yeah, a great time, but
this was a problem of New York Comic Con's always highly congested. It's a huge pain in the ass. New York City smells like piss and rotten milk,
and it's gotten worse.
I haven't been there to smell it, so maybe it has.
I've been told it's gotten worse.
Awesome. It smells more like piss and rotten milk. Great. And then you add in the fact you have to bring in your papers, your vaccination papers, or you have to like give your papers to New York City so they can confirm it through their app thing. And then you also have to wear a mask, and it's all one thing on another.
I know a guy who was supposed to vend at New York Comic Con and just decided no, like he's vaccinated. He's vaccinated, and he just decided with all the other stuff he had to deal with, adding that just made it too much. Showing your papers just made it too much.
And it's like that's the line. That's also my line. If I have to show my papers to do anything, I'm gonna tell you no, I'm not doing it. If it's like, hey, I would like an alcoholic drink. Do you have your ID? I don't have it on me. That's fine. I don't need a an alcoholic drink. Just bring me water. No, that's one thing. If it's, hey, I would like to go to this big ass show where I'm gonna spend $120 for a ticket. Oh, do you have your papers? No, you can't come in. Fuck you.
I did show my papers to keep my job, and unfortunately, I had to make the decision to keep my gig. But I appended about 10 pages of why it's bullcrap to my papers. I don't think they read them, but
probably not.
It made me feel good.
Yeah,
I was on the record that this is stupid.
Always good. What's funny is that they also kicked out a bunch of cosplayers and things. My personal favorite part about the New York Comic Con thing was they were doing that, but they were also sharing photos of cosplayers without masks on,
of cosplayers and guests without masks.
And so you're just like, weird, you're kicking people out for not wearing masks while actively advertising with people not wearing masks.
Yeah.
Good job there, New York Comic Con. I'm not going to report them to the Better Bureau of Business and the CDC and get them fined repeatedly for having people without masks on. But whoopsie. And again, a lot of the photos you saw of the halls made me go, "That's weird. There's very few people there." And everyone's like, "What do you mean? Go? There's very few people. I can see people in the background. That's not the normal number of people."
Yeah, I've been to cons this year where with more packed hall
Areas, yeah. So
so that's weird for like New York Comic Con
is the East Coast big?
Is the East Coast SDCC, and
yeah,
it was weird
to watch. The choice of like the cosplay or guest whatever thing was weird. I'm like, well, that's interesting. Like, look, I made it. No, you didn't make it. You work for a company that puts in a huge sponsorship for this thing. It's
yeah.
That's not the same thing, sweetie. And then you've got all this offers, and then the cosplay community was also up in arms with itself over this as well, because some, I don't want to say prominent, but well known enough cosplay thought people got kicked out. And then some people are like, good, you weren't wearing your mask. And other people are like, how dare you? And I'm like, and cosplay community is on fire again.
Again.
Did
it ever stop being on fire, though?
I mean, do the fires of hell really ever go out?
You put on the Chiron, cosplayers are the devil. But your business is cosplayers.
And?
Never mind.
Are you do you have a problem with the devil? Little Nas X can use the devil. Why can't I?
Anyways.
Thoughts on New York Comic Con removing a vendor, which is, by the way, that's big money. That's like $5-6 grand.
New York Comic Con makes your year if you're a vendor.
Well, okay, first of all, it costs like $6, $7, $8 grand to have a vendor spot.
To have a vendor spot, you have to pay $8 grand.
It's a large amount of money.
And in normal years, it's worth it.
This is not a normal year. I probably wouldn't have gone at all.
Most of the vendors, they paid at the end of 2019 in expectations of this year of 2020 happening, and it didn't happen. So, and they wouldn't issue refunds.
Oof.
So they had to do it this year. The money was already spent.
Yeah.
And they probably refused to issue refunds because everyone would have said, "Oh, no one wants to go. It's not going to be worth it."
Mm-hmm. I knew lots of people who wanted to go, and I got to see like the crowd of people coming back from New York Comic Con Sunday, because where I do my train transfer is also a major train transfer spot for most people getting out of New York. And there weren't that many people. Like, I looked and went, oh, nerds. And I'm like, few nerds. Well, it's only like 1 p.m., I guess. But like, apparently everyone left New York Comic Con early Sunday.
That's really weird. I mean, I'm infamous for Irish goodbying early on a Sunday morning at any con, but
yeah, well,
I'm an antisocial freak.
Well, I'm just like, well, that's weird. It's like 1 p.m. Why is everyone? That's weird. Like, I just like, that's weird. Oh well, whatever. Maybe people are done for the day. Maybe they have had enough. Go. There's still like 3-4 hours left in the show, though. Weird. Whatever. Like, but I guess everyone was done.
Anyways,
what's next?
Tech news.
Microsoft,
Sony, and Samsung linked to forced labor in China.
Nice.
And other news: water is wet.
You have to remember, Sony is also our moral superiors and won't allow us anime titties. So,
but it's okay for them to use.
Hey, slavery's different than titties.
I was going to use concentration camp for slaver, but slavery is also a good word.
I prefer slavery.
Concentration camp slavery. Let's make it extremely accurate and also extremely bad.
I'm just gonna start drawing Hitler mustaches on every single Sony logo I see. Like, what are you doing, Darren? Charlie Chaplin, and there you go. What else we got? Because I mean,
we can talk about this, but we already know.
Are we shocked that Microsoft, Sony, and Samsung use forced labor in China?
No.
Most companies do. Nike does. Reebok does. Every other, because we keep putting stuff in China, and people are like, but I really want my reduced cost goods. They go, good. Bring it here. Bring it to America. Spend the extra $2. MyPillow.com. Promo code POSO.
You're gonna guess. Careful, they're gonna flag that as election disinformation.
I'm still not allowed to go in and get our other stream downloaded because someone used the flu word.
Wait, seriously?
I can't download it. It won't let me. It's under review. We can watch it. We can't download it.
There's ways around that.
I know. I'm just being a dick about it at this point in time. I'm gonna wait till tomorrow when I have a day off.
Oh, someone we know. Speaking of YouTube being a dick, someone we know got ate a 1 week ban from YouTube.
Brooke?
Not for something they said, but for something in the chat during a live show.
Sticks?
No. Nick.
Rackets got banned for chat?
Yeah, chat got him banned for a week.
This is why you keep screaming that the Vic case is gonna give us. It's not gonna. It's not gonna happen. It's not gonna happen. It won't happen. Never.
It'll come when it's extremely inconvenient for the entire world.
You mean your Christmas? World. Your world. It'll still be on the Viva Barnes show, so I'll be fine.
Well, they didn't cover it at all, so.
Which is why I'll cover it now. All right.
It's like I watched that show too. They've never covered it.
What's next?
Anime news. Speaking of anime news.
Oh yes, the thing that made me eat a ban.
That was hilarious. What was even funnier was you trying to bitch about your band and like you're trying to bitch about your band and all I see is Darren sent a message. Darren sent a message. Darren sent a message. God damn it, Facebook.
Oh.
So World's End Harem anime gets delayed to January 2022.
Don't drop stream. Don't drop.
I was actually kind of looking forward to this, but
I was severely looking forward for this. This was going to be my anime I was going to just randomly post in all the 21 plus groups for the rest of the year. This was it.
Are you still banned from all the 21 plus groups?
I'm not banned. I just can't post anything. I can see what other people are posting.
Oh,
but whenever I try posting it, it gives me it like times out. I go, why can't I post any? And I also can't talk about this either. Whenever I try, I get I'm like, all right, fine. Fucking Facebook.
For those that don't know, this is we talked about this last week.
Porn, the anime.
Yes. Guy gets there's a virus that's killing men. Guy gets put into a time capsule until after the virus is over. He comes out. He's the last man on Earth, and he's trying to. And he has all these women who
need him to continue the human race,
but he wants his wife in.
Yes, so he's looking for her. The strange thing is, one of the girls who's assigned to guard him looks exactly like her, but doesn't have the same personality. Hijinks ensue. He's one of like 5 men that are still alive in Japan. There's but it's still a global pandemic. So you have global interests, terrorists, cults, all kinds of things who are trying to get him to get laid.
to save the species.
Yes, everyone wants to do it for different reasons. And you have all this other stuff going on. Even his own sister wants to bang him at this point. So those of you who are
Of
like,
course, did this receive JSTF funding?
no,
The reason I asked that.
Department of Transportation, though.
God damn it, Japan. Wait, seriously?
Some Japan group did in fact fund this.
God damn it, Japan.
I want to say it was transportation because it was also the one that helped fund Rail Wars.
I'll have to look this up. This might have to get added to military anime.
It's not military.
National defense.
No. Well, okay.
There, for those who have not been to my military anime panel, there's a theme in it. Japan has the Japanese self-defense forces have accidentally or on purpose have funded quite a few incest anime. Early Air Force incest. The irregular magic high school. Oh Lord, Sweet Home Alabama.
Alabama is not just a location; it's a mindset. My internet just dropped to nothing all of a sudden, all at once. Just all right.
You're still coming in clear.
All right, well, there we go. I watched the warning meter go off like bloop, like up.
All
right. What's next?
Something we missed last week.
Did we miss something?
Pride of Orange.
New
yes.
Show. This is the show like immediately after we finished recording. I went, there's a hockey anime?
What's upsetting is like the week before, it's like, yes, I want to see this hockey anime. Finally, cute girls doing cute things, except it's getting pushed into the boards.
Cute girls doing cute things and checking each other.
And then I forgot about it. And then it was in the list, and we skipped over it.
See, I sent you a full list. I'm like, just choose the thing you want to talk about. And I'm like, porn.
And then immediately after, it's like, we didn't talk about this. Like, oh god, I completely forgot.
See, my problem was I didn't even know it even existed, and then like
but
someone
I told you about it a week before because it was like, oh my god, this exists in our shitposting chat. Because I was hyped.
Our shitposting chat moves so fast.
It's because there's so much to shitpost about.
Okay, my new header lasted about 20 seconds in the shitposting chat, which is the longest I've ever seen anything we post last. Just because it was essentially everyone's an alt-right extremist, except for me. They're all feds.
So, anyways, PRRA, it's about a girls' hockey team. It's cute girls doing cute things, and the first episode came out last week.
Oh.
But it hits the high seas and Funimation tomorrow.
Okay.
Just in time for the first game of the NHL season.
Ah, nice.
So
you're telling me I can watch the first game of the NHL and like superimpose the girls in the anime onto a couple of the shots and things.
Me and Neil, we're meeting up at his place. We're gonna drink beers. We're gonna watch this, and then we're gonna watch the Caps game.
There you go.
That's what's gonna happen, and it's gonna be glorious.
I hope so. See, and again, I think I messaged you. I'm like, how, like there's a cute girls doing hockey anime, and you're like, oh yeah. I'm like, really? I didn't. What? Where did this come from? How did I miss this? Because I like most sports animes, and I'll even the ones I know are going to be shitty. I'll at least sit down and try to watch them.
I'm hoping there's a Russian character named Ovechkina.
Listen,
on one team, and that she has a rivalry with a Canadian character named Sydney.
As long as it doesn't turn into the racehorse idol anime, I'm okay.
As long as it doesn't turn into that.
Again, all sports animes, I will sit down and I will try watching, Racehorse. Okay, I'll watch racehorses. I know a lot about racehorses. Also, they're idols. Wait, the
What?
the jockeys are idols? No, there are no jockeys. They're girls.
Who are also
Horse
horses.
girls? Yes. And they're idols? Yes. And they race? Yes. Okay. I mean, how much of an LSD trip is this going to be? The answer was, wow. I took the brown acid, man.
So, and that's it.
That's it. All right. This has been the Geek-Posium. If you're watching this, it's probably going to be a week late because we keep talking things that YouTube doesn't like. And I don't bother recording it on my main things. Then we end up losing
All of it.
bit rates
Oops.
because of the upload to YouTube. So if you're listening to this on, you can find us on Rubble, on YouTube, on Library, BitChute, and on your audio podcasting forms. We're on Podbeam.
We're on BitChute now?
Yes.
Cool.
Yes, I'm branching out to everything because I'm pretty sure YouTube's going to ban us pretty soon. Someone keeps saying the word flu.
I didn't say it this week. You're the one who said pandemic.
I didn't say the word pandemic.
You
said
global. You used global pandemic
for the New York Comic Con mask mandate.
No, for the other thing the thing that's gotten you banned off Facebook.
Oh, World End Harem doesn't count. Doesn't count. That's like Tim Pool discussing the V for Vendetta plot line. Where there was a global elite who were taking over the world, and they use a global pandemic, and they get a special vaccine so people will go out into the world again, and those who don't end up being removed from society, and then they're all in charge of the new society, and then, oh, wait a minute, I'm going to stop talking about this. This is the plot for V for Vendetta, folks. V for Vendetta. It is a movie from the early 2000s. It's not reality. I swear it's not. Just fiction sometimes rhymes with reality. Or, as I like to tell people, fiction rhymes with nonfiction.
Anyways.
You can find us on Podbeam, on Stitcher, SoundCloud. Where you listen to podcasts, we'll be there, including YouTube podcasts, because I hate myself.
Until we get banned, we're there.
And if you can't find us anywhere there, you can find us on hentaicake.com, where the audio is always put there, maybe a week late, because again, YouTube hates me. So, got anything else to say, Shep?
Nope, that's it.
All right. If you would like to go and see me live, I will be talking about zombies, cryptids, and other things at Halloween in the Catskills coming up. Not this upcoming weekend, but the weekend after.
So that is coming up.
Yeah, it's coming up fast. I will be the only Hentai Cake panelist on scene. Everyone else will be there for entertainment purposes and as models and stuff like that. We will have stickers and prints available for sale. I don't know if our shirts are going to come in time or not. If you are also in the New York area and if you have yourself a fancy car, we are looking to do a car meet sometime in November. So, because I believe at this point in time, we should be doing more physical things and events with other people and having a good time together. Because I don't need more nonsense like New York Comic Con.
We're working on some other ideas as well.
We can't talk about that because that will get us banned from YouTube.
Yes, it will. No, it won't.
Oh, no, I don't trust YouTube.
Brandon Herrera is not banned yet. Forgotten Weapons isn't banned yet. We can talk about that.
Well, when it happens, how about that? I also don't need the FBI staring at me.
Or the AFT.
or the DOE.
Anyways, this is Shep signing off.
All right. Good night, everybody.